So I'm doing what's called a basic hypothesis test. Actually, I'm going to call it a short hypothesis test because there's a longer version we'll get to next class. Short hypothesis test with StatKey. We're doing a mean here. And so number one thing we need with a mean is we have to have sample data. Not just a summary, it's got to be all the data. Two, we need a null and alternative hypothesis. And reminder, the null hypothesis is either going to be an equals, a less than or equals, or a greater than or equals. And the alternative hypothesis is either going to be nope, not equal, or it could be just less than, or it could be just greater than. And the null is a value that we need for StatKey, so we need to know what that value is. Based on the alternative hypothesis, that determines the type of test. So the type of test is either going to be a left tail, two tail, or right tail. Now, I ended up doing a left tail, and I did the left tail because I had a less than pointed me to the left. A two tail would be not equal to, where we have to look on each side. And then a right tail would be a greater than, which points us to the right side of the distribution there. So then we generate lots of samples. And then we put our sample statistic so in this case, that's our X bar statistic on the x-axis. And once we do that, we can then get our probability. So we're going to try this on a couple more examples. So the book had a really good one that I want to go over. It's kind of related to one we looked at last week, excuse me.